guys. So I just was watching more of The Chosen. I'm slowly getting through it. There's a lot to get through with The Chosen, but yeah, I'm really loving so far how all of the disciples are portrayed in The Chosen. For example, Matthew, who's like this socially awkward genius, who's a tax collector, who gets spit on, the poor guy, when he walks out, and he has to get escorted to work by the soldiers. And then, for example, you've got Simon, who was this guy who, I think the very first scenes we see of him is getting into punch-ons, like then going fishing, then eventually his girlfriend gives up on him, gets sick of waiting for him. And then, for example, like we have Thomas at the wedding scene where Jesus turns the water into wine in front of Thomas's eyes. And then at the end of the wedding, I forgot the girl's name, the woman who's helping him with the catering at the wedding, how he tells her, oh, Jesus asked me to meet him in 12 days at this place. And then she turns to him and says, for once, why don't you stop thinking and just do? Just go. Just go and follow Jesus. And I love how, Jesus chose people, like Matthew, like Simon, who weren't necessarily liked by many people, or like he knew that these people had nothing else to lose really by following him. And but apart from Matthew, I guess, because eventually Matthew just give away his house and all that to follow Jesus. But in terms of like whether Matthew had a lot of people in his corner, not really, no. What's a beautiful thing about Jesus is that he calls like he calls all different people from all different walks of life. It doesn't matter what your past is. He qualifies you. You might be thinking, he might be telling you to do something, and in that moment you might be thinking, but Jesus, I've never done this before. Like, are you sure? I think sometimes we just have to do it. Just be obedient and do what he's asking of us, and it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, but the road is narrow when you follow Jesus. The road is very narrow. And yeah. So, yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. But yeah, may God bless you all and have a good night.